Reporting from our team over at the White House. Peter Alexander is still standing by. Peter, what can you tell us?
Chris, this is some breaking news that Kristen Welker and myself have now confirmed. According to at least 3 former Obama administration officials, we have now confirmed that President Trump, during that 90-minute Oval Office meeting that took place with President Obama here at the White House less than 48 hours after President Trump won, when he was then President-elect Trump, was warned by President Obama against hiring Mike Flynn. This is a piece of information that has not been reported before. It is notable because, as we have heard from President Trump over the course of the last several days and weeks, attacking the Obama administration as recent as today with those tweets, attacking the Obama administration effectively for hiring Mike Flynn. It's notable that the Obama administration, the president ultimately had fired Flynn. He was then serving at the DIA at the time, but that this information was provided to Donald Trump in that closed forum. Another element of that conversation we know about is that President Obama warned then President-elect Trump about the concerns regarding North Korea. All of this, the backdrop for Sally Yates' testimony to take place later this afternoon. We have reached out to the White House for any response. We have not yet heard back, but when we do, we will report that to you. Again, just to be very clear about this, NBC News has now learned from at least 3 former Obama administration officials that President Obama, at the time, it was on Thursday, November 10th, warned then President-elect Donald Trump against hiring Mike Flynn.
I have a timeline here that shows that in August 7th, 2014, he retires from the Army after 33 years. Then in August of 15, he first meets Donald Trump. And then just a month later, you've got Stefan Halper, who you just referenced, awarded an Office of Net Assessments contract valued at $245,000. He was paid that much money to study Russia and China. Lee Smith, tell us about that.
Yeah, Maria, thanks very much for mentioning Halper, because I believe that he's actually the center of the Russiagate operation, and we first see him start to appear as he is targeting General Flynn. And now we understand, as Ms. Powell's work on behalf of General Flynn has shown, why the deep state, why they needed to target General Flynn, because he understood the kinds of programs that they were using and how they were misspending their money, and Halper is representative of that.
He was paid $244,000 to write a study on China and Russia.
Right.
Is that the kind of money that one gets paid for something like that?
I mentioned this a bit in my book, and as it turns out, Mr. Halper's his research is subpar, and no, this appears to have been money that was allocated for other purposes.
Fabricated evidence, and they lied to the courts, and they did all sorts of things to have it go their way. And this was something that we can never allow to happen again. The report actually, and especially when you look into it, and the details of the report are far worse than anything I would have even imagined. What they were doing and what they would have done if I didn't make a certain move that was a very important move, because it would have been even worse if that's possible. And they might have been able to succeed. This was an overthrow of government. This was an attempted overthrow, and a lot of people were in on it, and they got caught. They got caught red-handed. And I look forward to the Durham report, which is coming out in the not-too-distant future. It's got his own information, which is this information plus. And it's an incredible thing that happened, and we're lucky we caught him. I think I'm going to put this down as one of our great achievements, because what we found and what we saw, never, ever should this happen again.